All right then. Happy November, everybody.
Happy November.
Someone please tell me how we ended up here already.
Time is an illusion. November time, doubly so.
I'm pretty sure my thermodynamics teacher had ideas on why.
None of that. Bring your physics and logic into this argument. Okay. I, as Albert has just discovered, was messing around with my web servers the other day because I'm. So I've moved the sumpy.data.org. No, data.sumpy.org hosting is now on S3. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a bill that racks me up over the next couple of months. But I'm moving away from where it was. I'm cancelling my account where it was hosted before. So my calculations indicate that it will still be cheaper, but I will now know exactly how much that's costing me. So that'll be interesting. In other news.
Yours.
Yep, there are lots. Are any of them finished?
Mine is.
I'll give you 1566 if you complete David's comment at a later date.
Complete David's comment.
He said he's made an interesting point that there's no negative numbers or any other sort of like edge cases for the tests.
I added a negative number.
Did you? I did not see one. I looked. But I could be going crazy.
Yeah, if you go to line 285, X shift 2 minus 28.5. So the total shift is negative as well, which tests that.
Alright, fine. That'll do. Good enough. Good enough!
That's what we strive for here. Hooray!
Next!
How about 1595?
There's a comment on it. David said a thing. Oh, yeah. But, well, actually, hang on wait a second. Using that for something. Yeah, and then we're using that as an index.
I don't know. Does it really matter?
Well, you are passing it in as an index, and so that means it will be casting back to integer for the index, probably.
Yes. Okay. There is that.
I mean, range is probably better, and it is a very easy fix. You need to delete 3 characters.
That's true.
4 characters. I forgot the dot.
Okay, I can fix that without any trouble. So this suggests that nobody's used this. It's a fairly big bug, so nobody's ever used this. Somebody should have complained about it.
It should also be backported to 0.6.
Yeah. Is there an easy way to do that, or do I have to do that?
You have to do that. The easiest way to do it is copy the branch and then rebase it. Oh no, the easiest way to do it. Oh no, there's lots of commits. Yeah, the easiest way to do it is to copy the branch, rebase it onto upstream 0.6, and delete all the commits that shouldn't be there. At least that's the way I've normally done it. If it's only 1 or 2 commits, you can cherry pick it, which is slightly easier. But if you do git rebase -I for interactive, it will give you a list of all the commits it's going to try and rebase, and you just delete everything that are the ones that are in this PR.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll have that list will have every commit to master since 0.6 in it. So you have to go through and remove all the ones that you don't want.
Right.
There are so many open PRs here that have just died a death. It's horrific. It's like some kind of PR graveyard. Okay. My meta class PR is all conflicted and broken. Sad times. It's okay, meta class PR, I will save you. Anyone else got PRs?
Wait, what about mine?
Is
it ready?
What? Which one?
I fixed the range thing. Come on. Oh wait, let me rebase. We'll take a look at it, please. Give me your +1s.
I have us. I mean, I'm fine with it. I think I did look, but I should probably check.
No, I have to go to master.
What the holy hell is this maths that they've done to compress this like this? It's very strange.
Yeah, I just translated the code from IDL. Some sort of logarithmic table. I don't know how they came up with that.
Very, very weird. Very weird. By the way, there are not a lot of tests on Resi, and also in some places in Net, and other places in the codebase. I'm porting them to Python 3, and anything could happen if there's not tests.
It's true. I guess I should add some tests to this stuff.
So this will be interesting because it's going to break stuff about it. Okay, we'll let Travis tick out on that. Oh dear. Oh no. Yes, oh no. Any other PRs people want to discuss?
let's see. What is this PR 1587? It's a tiny PR that's just been sitting out there.
Which one?
1587.
That's the website, right?
On the dock. Um, I mean, we can't. Can we? I mean, David has a point, but we can't do that currently because we are running on which one? Read the docs.
That doesn't necessarily. So is AstroPy. It's just a case of building a Sphinx theme, but it's just a matter of time. But it's I mean, we could retheme our documentation to look like our website. I have been doing some of that at work recently, so I do now know how to do it. But I would also want to upgrade the website to Bootstrap 3, because I think it's Bootstrap 2, isn't it?
Well, should we just accept this PR as is? Because that's going to take a little bit of time anyway, so...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with PR.
Well, I mean, it's true that we have no link to actuallysumpy.org from the docs right now, which is also silly. So, I would suggest we...
It shouldn't say EG, though.
Huh?
The fact that it says EGs.
Oh, what is that? Here's a link. You looking at what that EG does?
Huh?
Is that markup? Or is it just...
Is that gonna work? That's not gonna work either, is it? It needs to be in... Anyway.
He's just copying what you had in the warning.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay, it will work. That's
that doesn't work. Wait, the warning doesn't work either. It's not a clickable link.
Isn't it?
No, but the warning is not
Oh,
supposed
no,
to...
but the warning's not supposed to be a clickable link.
It's supposed to be an example of what the URLs have to look like.
Yeah.
According to the warning. So that's different. And that's fine. I mean, no offense to this guy, but this PR should be scrapped. A new clean PR, one commit, add the damn line. Good English.
Okay, I will do that right now. Okay.
There should be a section that says link to somebody. This PR is not a good PR.
True.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, David.
Hey, David.
Which PR is not a PR, a good PR?
The docs one.
Anyone you created, David? No, 1587.
Burn.
Okay, I'm going to put it at the top.
Oh, that's the one that I suggested, a different theme.
Well, yeah, but even ignore putting that aside. It's just the English and the positioning and everything is just
Right.
not good.
Okay. So we have consensus that this is move forward. So on our current website, it says SumPy documentation, and then it says welcome to SumPy documentation. SumPy is community developed, blah blah blah. How will we put it in there? Right up at the top. And I'll just add a line that says you can find the official SumPy website at sumpy.org, and then that will be a clickable link. Does that sound to everyone?
Yeah, as long as we make it a clickable link, do the whole hyperlink RST nonsense.
Yes, I hate RST.
I love RST. Do not insult RST.
And also, this warning, is that relevant anymore?
No, delete the warning. They fixed
Okay.
the bug.
I also delete the warning in this PR.
Who is this Saraf person anyway?
He's a new person that's been hanging around for the last couple of weeks. I'm guessing he's eyeing up a summer of code placement, but I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway.
Steve, I wrote you a little instruction sheet for the 0.6 backport on the PR.
Okay, thank you. Here is the PR.
Woo, PRs.
Drumroll, please. More drumroll.
That is the wrong URL, dude.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Stuart, in those instructions, wouldn't
I'm
be
going too fast. Moving too fast here.
checking out 0.6 from master?
Huh?
In the instruction that you put to Steve, if you check out, if you create a new branch from wherever he is, it will create it from master.
Yeah, and then you rebase it onto 0.6. And
So
trim the
everything that
commit
is in master
it's
will be
because
rebased there.
it's yes, but that's why what the fixed commit lists bit means. That's where you go through the list and delete all the commits that shouldn't be there.
Okay.
So when you
I
do
will
git
have done a
rebase
cherry pick.
tac I, cherry pick is fine,
I think for this, cherry
But
picking is
there-
safer.
but there are like 6 commits. Whereas if you do that, you can just delete everything but the last 6 commits.
I think
Okay.
cherry picking is safer.
You can do cherry pick if you want.
Sure, sure.
It's not like he can break it unless he pushes it up to 0.6.
I don't
but
know.
if you
I
go,
don't know how much you trust Steve.
when you do git rebase I, it opens up an editor with a list of all the commits that you are proposing to rebase. And all you need to do is select all the lines but the last 6 and delete them, in theory. You should
Steve,
check the
that's what
commit
you-
messages to make sure that's
Sure.
correct.
Keep in mind the XKCD comic. Alright?
Deleting lines from a file, people. This has got no git wizardcraft in it at all. Anyway, whatever. You can cherry pick it if you want, but then you have to run 6 commands. I do it that way because then I don't have to run 6 commands. It's entirely up to you.
Or rebase squash and just put 1.
Yeah, you could rebase and squash it and then
No.
cherry pick it, but that's even sillier. Well, yes, if you want to cherry pick it. That's the way I do it. But whatever.
Hey Steve, you can just write the mole file from scratch from the beginning.
Can you cherry pick a commit range?
You probably can. I've never done it, but you probably can.
Okay. People happy with my PR?
Oh yeah, you can.
There you go, one command.
Yes, you can put a dot as a range from one to another.
Yeah, it's a lot less dangerous than having someone do a rebase, I would argue.
Maybe.
Can we focus on
It's nitpicky, but I would actually remove the www since that gets stripped.
It's fine. Wondering whether I should have it there, but
It looks like it's stripped over there.
Oh, stupid thing.
There, I updated the comment. People happy now.
okay, PR. Any more plus?
No, it's a doc fix. We don't technically need that, but it needs to pass. Just in case you really screwed something badly. What if you broke the Sphinx build?
Yeah, right.
Never again. Never again. Making that Sphinx build pass without warnings was one of the most dramatic PRs I've ever done in my life.
Okay, so close. Okay, I'm closing. The other way.
Yeah, fine. Steve, did you have comments on my metaclass PR? Because you
Are you
said
looking for
in the thing that you did, and then you didn't comment on it.
I'm sorry?
You said you had comments on the documentation on my metaclass PR or something, 1584, but then you never commented on it.
That doesn't sound like me. Let me see.
So Stuart, what ended up being the implications of what ends up happening to the ND data metaclass?
Yeah, I was going to check that.
Did you remove something? There used to be like docs or something that showed people how to do this.
For the map subclassing thing,
Yeah.
there is. It's in the
But
map
it's not part of the
documentation.
PR.
No, it was already there. I just modified it in the PR so that it was correct. It's already there in the map API docs. Hang on, I'll find you the link. Dun, 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 dun.
If I go to files change, there is nothing modifying the documentation.
There's a different one in the thing, in the Hangouts chat. Give me a moment.
Yeah, what did you do, Stuart?
What did I do? That's a good point. What? What? No,
You knew
dear.
the PR.
Ah!
Yeah, because that's what I had comments about, if I recall.
Swine!
It was on the doc.
That's the second time. That's the second time in about the same number of days that I've flipping rebased a PR without pulling first. Feck. Hang on a second, people. This is why distributed version control is win. I will now log into my server at home and recover my changes. Which is where I'm assuming I made them last time.
Okay, let me see.
Is there anything else that needs to be?
What is 1576? Oh, everything's failing.
What's failing? Because apparent fails are not actual fails. They're just that they are going mental.
So this one is just fine then. Why in this? This is just a backport, right?
No, not vimdev. Anything but vimdev. What's a backport?
1576 should just be accepted, right?
Hang on, wait a second. Which one's 1576? I'm not looking in the right place. 1576. Fix error when running stupid pixel 0.6.
Yeah, this is just applying to 0.6. Same thing that was just done in 1575.
Alright, hang on, give me a second. Let's actually check these builds, work out whether something horrific has happened. Yeah, that's broken all the things. Yeah, no. That's legitimately failed CI.
But if it So you're saying that this is failing because there's some difference between 0.6 and master?
I don't know. Is it exactly the same patch?
Oh.
No, it's not the same patch. There's a lot more documentation in the one to master for a start.
Right, but that shouldn't stop it from failing.
Also, we haven't merged the one on master. Okay, well, the PRs, it's now running on. The CI is currently running on. Oh goodness, what is going on here? I'm so fucking confused.
I can tell Sally to do it tomorrow.
That needs updating. That he commits 4 days ago and it still hasn't run. It's running now. Has someone restarted that build? The master build.
No, I haven't done anything.
I have no idea what's going on. Well, I don't know. So Travis is currently running on the one to master. So let's see whether it finishes.
I think we have to be. Oh my god.
I think, sorry, say that again.
Who's this guy Ghost?
Huh?
We've got PRs from him, which are sitting out there from like last year, from a year ago. I think we have to be very careful and give priority to PRs from people we haven't seen before, because you know that's their first impression of the group, and so if we just let, you know, if they come to the conclusion that they did some work and tried to get it into SumPy and we just let it linger there, then they're not going to do it again.
That is true. But the question is, do those PRs have we just left them, or do they have unresolved comment that we've put on them?
New test files added.
We haven't reviewed them, or it's obviously our fault, but if we've put comments up that haven't been fixed, then there's only so much more we could do. Although obviously we should try and obviously help them through it, making the changes.
Yeah. Man, I don't know how.
Oh, I see. So, so Jack make a pull request to Sally.
I think we should do a sprint and like push a bunch of these PRs through.
Sure, which in mind. Do you have any in particular in mind?
Which ones? You mean which ones, or?
Yeah. Because if we're going to do that, we should have a list of them that we're going to do before we start.
I mean, I'd go all the way back. So. Let's see. I mean, like, the ephemerides. Where are we on the ephemerides, David? Should we just close that? Because it's been lingering up here.
Close? No. That's taking me time.
You could just reopen it if you're further along, but having it open there doesn't really...
Well, but that doesn't affect, because people could just see that it's there and they could just use it if they want to. I think that's my point of view. Or if someone wants to help, he knows that it's there, so they can help me to do it.
Yes, there's a little bit of that, but there's also, like, it kind of looks like things are kind of dead. You know, if you leave it out there for too long, it gives the impression that, like, things aren't getting done.
Well,
bigger things like ephemerides are fine, in my opinion, are fine to be sitting there, but obviously the smaller fixes that should be. There is a lot of cruft in the PR list, but I don't think ephemerides is one of them to pick on. Big feature PRs like that can sit there for a while, I think.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What about 1121, function to convert player class into Ghost Flux? That's by Brew. That's like sitting out there.
That's true. He should fix that. Hang on a second. I'll berate him.
No, we should just fix it.
No, he should fix it. Well, right. Okay, we could fix it, but I can fix it.
And that's what I'm saying. We should have a sprint where we just fix these guys and get them put in. Because I'm sure this is true of me and other people. You know, you come to a project, you submit something, try to fix it, and you only have a limited amount of, like, bandwidth. Like, you know, a month or two after, I just don't have the time to come back and fix it. You know, if people keep asking me to do something, I'll be like, well, this is as much energy as I'm willing to put into this, and I'm not putting in it anymore.
Yeah,
and so people will abandon them. They'll just abandon the PRs. We could try our best to get them to come back and, you know, put some more work into it, but I don't know that, you know, I think this is abandoned, right? It's more than a year old. This is abandoned. So we should just do it. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, that is not a terrible idea.
Okay, so that's one abandoned, and then, like, the whole list, 1223, 1224, 1225, those are all abandoned, and 1220. We should go through those and see whether there's something in them that we actually want to keep and bring them in. Then what else?
Flipping 1079, crying out loud. Although that is a monster, to be fair.
Yeah. 1267, added tests for stereo sources. Why hasn't that gone through? We should just... It should be easy. Oh my god, it's so short. We can just fix that.
Someone, what's his name in the IRC channel started working on that again this morning.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, I mean, that's another one that just needs fixing. No, that's not a bad idea. We should try and clear out some of these. To be fair, I'm not sure we necessarily need to sprint on it. Like, if you've got a spare 20 minutes, you could pick one of these up, pull the branch off from wherever it is on GitHub and rebase it and tidy it up and push it. It'd be finished in half an hour.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why I suggest a sprint is so that we don't end up with a bunch more clean PRs and no motion on them for another year. If we do it in a sprint, we're all there, we can review it, we can accept it.
No, yeah, that is true. But
that day, right? Because otherwise it could just also, you know, we might fix it, it might be ready for now, and then a year again. A year later, it'll be in the same state, and we'll be like, why hasn't anybody looked at this? New test files for Noah.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of craft here that needs to go.
Yeah.
David, what's happening with 1480 spectral cubes? Hasn't that ended up somewhere else? Suarez.
Yeah. So the cube is in a affiliated package, but what it was. So 1483. So those three, it should be. Yeah, there are not the cube. They are just small things, I think.
No, 1480.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. Okay,
It's humongous.
Only the Batman. Yeah, that was with the ND data array, and Mateo couldn't find, like, there was something with that he couldn't figure out how to use it. But the spectral cubes, okay. So the spectral cubes are in a different repository.
Okay, I think that is probably the best place for them at the moment, but I think we need to do more to highlight the fact they're there.
But I'm checking now where that thing is in there. Cube. Ah.
Also, I updated my meta classes PR 1584, by the way. The documentation is back. Because God save distributed version control.
Yeah, okay, I'll just tell you my comment right here. Okay, or you want me to just say it? So,
Well, both, but go on, unless it's really small. What is it?
okay, mention simulations. Mention simulations on line 96. So
Hiya.
maybe mention like a new. You can, it's straightforward to define your own generic map subclass. For example, if you're working on adding a new instrument to SunPy, or you have simulation data that you would like to be imported, that you'd like to work in SunPy. And then this is confusing. The next line is confusing. Do not have to be a part of SunPy for this to work. Like what? You're adding it so that it is a part of SunPy. So what?
No, my point of that is that it doesn't have to be in the SunPy code. You don't have to send it to SunPy for it to work. You can just define it in your script.
Well, but that's why you're writing. That's what you just said at the top, right? So it's confusing when you say, like, oh, if you want to add it to SunPy, do this. It does not have to be part of the SunPy for it to work. Like, what do you mean?
Where did I say I've added it to SunPy?
Yeah, this will automatically be registered with the map factory. So maybe up there say, this makes it usable. This explain how this like kind of dynamically adds capability to SunPy, to your SunPy. Okay, does that make sense? Those 3 comments so far?
Okay, yeah, all right.
And then, okay, this class will now be available through the map factory. Okay. If you do not want to create a method name, yeah, I would remove this very, very strange.
But it is very, very strange. Also, there's no closed bracket there.
Imagine somebody.
Yeah, okay. I should rewrite it. I mean, not subclassing for generic map is completely bizarre. I mean, I may just remove that example altogether because it's completely ridiculous. I don't know why that would happen.
Alright, so let's say it's data source 4. So let's say I have a data array, and I want to create a new subclass. I have a NumPy data array from a simulation that I've done, somewhere. And I want to define a new generic map, right? A new map, subclass in the map. I would
Sorry,
not
I got distracted by the announcement of a new Star Trek TV show. Please continue.
So if I had simulation data or somewhere, some data, I would have a data array, and I want to create a new subclass generic map, right? So I would not want is data source 4 defined because I just want to have it read in this data array, not read a file, right?
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean doesn't matter?
Is data source 4 has got nothing to do with the file. It reads the metadata.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should make that a little bit more clear.
Well, this doesn't really talk about what is data source 4. My changes don't affect that.
Yeah, this is more general to making this part of the documentation a little bit more useful. Because nowhere at any point have you mentioned that it needs to know this. Oh no, here we go. Any subclass which defines the method, it will automatically be registered. Yeah, so here, define what.
Yeah, the existing documentation for this isn't particularly verbose, to be fair.
Can you make this a link? Can you make is data source 4 a link to the documentation for it?
I don't think there is any documentation for it.
Okay. Well, we need some then. Because how do you expect anybody to do this if nobody knows what is data source 4 does? Which means that probably people will be skipping the top part and going straight to the bottom, where you say, like, if you don't care about this method, which is everyone, since they don't know what it does, then do this.
Well, I don't know what that does either. Doesn't make any difference.
Well, that means that other part, like the fact that you mentioned it's very, very strange for somebody to want to do that is like sending a mixed message, because it's not that strange for them to want to do that, since we don't really explain to them why this function needs to be there in the first place.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to mute myself. I have a call, a phone call. I'll let you mull that.
Okay, I'll improve that. It does need improving. Okay, well, it's 6 o'clock anyway, unless anyone's got anything else particularly interesting to say.
Sorry, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we were gonna wrap it up unless anyone else has got anything they wanted to add.
Okay. So, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree that documentation needs expanding.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be part of this PR, but, you know, since you're working on it, it would be nice.
The PR that is there is, I think, correct. It doesn't make the documentation any worse. But yeah, I agree. I might as well do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Well, yeah, so I would give you a plus. I'll give you a +1 here. As long if you fix the documentation, or you don't fix it and add an issue saying it should be fixed.
Okay. Anyone else got anything else?